Hello, beautiful hedgehogs, and welcome back to the final video about structured data, how to test that your schema is doing what it should and is telling Google the correct things. So if you've watched my previous videos, you would have seen how to easily create schema and then how to install it on a WordPress page. So the last and final step in this process is testing it. So I am on the page where I implemented the FAQ schema for this FAQs at the bottom of the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that URL and I'm going to jump into Google's rich results tester. So this is super easy. You can do this two ways. So once it's live in a URL, you can just copy and paste that URL, or if you want to test the code before you actually implement it, you can do that as well. So obviously I've already published that, so I'm going to test the URL. So testing can sometimes take a little bit of time. This box will stay on the page until it is ready to give you the results. So we just have to wait. Alrighty, so it's finished its process, and you can see Google has flagged some stuff as invalid. So this is totally fine. Obviously we would love to see all green, but sometimes that's not the case. So previously there's some other schemas that are implemented on this page. So looking at FAQs particularly, cool. So this is just, I've implemented the schema twice on this page, so that's totally fine. That is the only reason for this error. So all being well, you should absolutely not see this error at all. If this does end up happening to you when you implement your schema, just have a jump into the warning and have a look at what the critical issues are. So it looks like the duplicate schema on this page is missing the answers to the questions. So obviously along the way, something's been inserted and it's missing half of the data, which is then causing the new one that I've just created duplicate where the correct one. So if the second one didn't exist, this would pass. So what the GPT constructs is correct, and this should absolutely pass. So using another brand example, I will show you just to pass. So again, it'll take a little bit to test. Alrighty, so you can see that this is passed with absolutely no errors. So this is what you should see when you implement schema. So this is another FAQ page, and you can see it's all being crawled successfully and everything is working. So this is what you should expect to see when you implement them. Obviously, if you do something other than FAQs, it'll just tell you what structured data is different. So I encourage you to look to do this across any pages where you have FAQ data. If you've got a blog, also look to utilize that structured data. Then if you're an e-commerce store and you can integrate schema with the product pages, that would also be my recommendation. It just makes everything easier for Google to read. So I know that took a long time for me to walk through and explain, but it really is an easy process to test it once you have already created them, assuming that nobody has double dipped and tried to do it before you and done it less than ideally. So good luck, and please reach out if you have any questions.